Today we're back at doing some more like educational stuff, like pentatonic type stuff. And I made some videos in the past. I will link them in a pinned comment and in the description as well about pentatonic. Some really old videos. This is more to do with putting together pentatonics that target specific notes in a particular chord. And I'm going to actually put on video this usage of minor pentatonic scale sheet that you will find on my website as well. Again, I will link everything in the pinned comment. So you can see here, I will explain the concept first. And so basically you end up with 3 pentatonics that work on one chord. And that gives you a bit of a, because of the pentatonic leads you to play certain type of phrases. Some people would call it, fusion, some people call it hard bop. If you think of McCoy Tanner, that's kind of the idea. Obviously, if you put a bit of distortion and delay, it sounds a bit like Scott Anderson, at least to me. This is the idea. So basically, you have a minor pentatonic. So, we're going back to that, the old faithful pentatonic shape, like the first thing that you learn on the guitar usually. So you can see on the left, that column, it gives you basically the note from which, if we're playing on a chord, let's say the root of that chord is C, the root of the pentatonic that I'm going to use is at that distance. So let's say the first one will be the minor pentatonic from the 6th. And you can see I can use it from C major. Obviously, that's the basic usage. If I use A minor pentatonic over C major or C7, is my freeze pedal here. I'm going to play that. That gives me a major sound, okay? If I use it from the root again on either, an alto chord or a major chord of any kind, it gives me that blues sound. This is all very basic stuff. Let me just use it over C7 sharp 9. So this is C minor pentatonic over any kind of C minor altered or major chord. It gives you that blues sound. So things start to become a bit more interesting where I use the minor pentatonic from the 5th or the 2nd, which is what I actually did in the intro. I played over a minor 9 groove, and I used the pentatonic on the root, C minor, G minor, which is the 5th, which is that 3rd row on that paper, on that usage spreadsheet, let's call it that way. And then the 2nd, which would be D minor pentatonic. So over that C minor 9 chord, I used C minor pentatonic, G minor pentatonic, and D minor pentatonic. So the minor pentatonic from the root, the 5th, and the 2nd. And this is basically the idea. So you're coming up with pentatonic style phrases, those kind of runs. But because you use them in minor pentatonic from a different root over the same chord, it will target certain notes. Let's say the one very common to go from C minor to D minor, because that targets other notes. I target more the extensions like the 9th, the 13th. So let me make an example. I'm going to play a C minor chord, C minor pentatonic. And I can play over phrases of any sort. I've added the flat 5, obviously to make it more bluesy. But then when I move over to shift to D minor pentatonic over C minor 9, so the notes are still right. But I target other, the 9th, 13th, 11th roots. So I target more extensions rather than the root notes. Okay, if I play from G, that's more inside, so to speak, because I'm targeting more like the flat 7, like the chord tones. Okay, but if I mix them up, I can create things that still sound very, very familiar, like pentatonic phrases, but because I target, and obviously a lot of people tend to have more vocabulary in that pentatonic. Let me try and make an example. I'm going to use a phrase, the same phrase, but I'm going to shift it over the 3 minor pentatonics. Remember, I'm on C minor, and I'm going to play C minor pentatonic, G minor pentatonic, D minor pentatonic, or I'm going to play a phrase, not just the pentatonic. Okay, let me go back to my looper. C minor, G minor, D minor. So they all work, but they all touch different notes. So basically, I'm tripling the value of my vocabulary. So if I have a certain amount of vocabulary, I can use pentatonics from different notes within a chord, over a chord, and get more mileage out of my vocabulary, so to speak. So let me try again. I'm going to try a couple of phrases. D. Oh, let me try again. C. D. And then G. Obviously, I'm trying to keep it visually simple for the sake of explaining, so that a lot of people that use a pentatonic visually can understand this. But I can use those roots from, let's say, G, then C minor pentatonic, just stay in the same area, and then D minor pentatonic. So I'm using the same pentatonic that I've just discussed, but because I'm staying in the same area, I'm using different shapes, okay? But that's the idea, okay? So let me try the same thing, but staying in the same area. C, D, back to G. Okay, so that's the idea. So you get a pentatonic style phrase, but because you're picking different pentatonics, the sound slightly changes. Okay, and to me that sounds more like fusionally, so to speak. You can call it whatever you want, really. So if we go further down the list of that of that spreadsheet, we start to go into either type of chords and pentatonic combination. Let's say another type of combination can be from the major. I can use A, which is obviously the minor. If I'm talking about like C major Lydian. Okay, so let me just play C major. And I'm going to use A, so from the 6th, A minor. I'm going to use E minor, so from the 3rd. And then I'm going to use B minor pentatonic, which include the sharp 11. Okay, so again, A minor, B minor, E minor, over C major 7. I'm going to just play. A minor, E minor, B minor, And that's again a combination that works for major 7 and a Lydian, so to speak. But then again, you can make different combinations. Let's say if I want to go from like an alto chord to major 7, I can use, and the last 4 becomes a bit like I'm playing in the cracks, so to speak. As a matter of fact, I wrote B over C or out because some of those chords contain a major 7, some of the combinations, contain a major 7 and then some alteration like flat 9, sharp 9 and stuff like that, which is something you can use in context to go from, let's say, an out sound to an in sound. So let's say if I play from the flat 7 and I'm playing over, this is classic Schofield, if I play C, 7 sharp 9, and I play B from the B flat minor pentatonic, and then I resolve to F major, and I play A minor pentatonic. Okay, so let me try and make a groove that goes C7 to F, like 1 bar each. And so on. So you can see you can start making combinations, and because it's visually simple to play with pentatonic material, it's it kind of, in terms of playing guitar lines with that pentatonic material, it kind of is very recognizable. Phrases are very recognizable. So even if you're playing it really out, it's okay. Your ear goes, yeah, that's fine. It's harsh, but when you resolve it, it's fine. So try and explore, make up your, this was more of a concept thing. I don't want to really give too many examples. Obviously, this is I'm explaining things too fast. Of course, remember you can, play the video half speed. There's always that gear at the bottom of the YouTube player, and make up your own combinations. Like, try these sounds out. And if you have any more, obviously more advice or any comment or anything, leave it in the comments. Obviously, be polite. I'm sharing the stuff that I know. It's great to get constructive comment, not so much negative comment for the sake of it. But everything else, check out the products that I sell. I have some educational material on my website that you can get for relatively cheap or for a donation. I have model patches. Check out my channel. Of course, subscribe if that's what you if you enjoy the content that I make, and share the usual stuff. The things that you can do to improve this channel. Share it through social media, like, subscribe, the usual stuff. I don't feel that I need to say that any more than anybody else. Anyway, that's it. Bye-bye.